All right. Hi, everyone. My name's Trinity. Welcome to the first episode of Miracle Theory. I'm with Babyface PNW. He has a very unique, wild story he's going to share with us today. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be worth a listen. So stay tuned. Yeah. All right. So to start off the show and to kind of get into it with my guest, I'm just going to ask them to introduce themselves, give them some background, their age, where they're from, so on and so forth. So why don't we start with that?
All right, what's good, y'all? Babyface PNW. I'm 23 years old, born and raised in Portland, Oregon, North Side. Pretty much, I would call myself a stand-up guy, and that's that. I stand on certain principles, just like any other man would.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Yeah. I really appreciate it. So one thing I want to always ask my guests, a couple of things actually. Number one, what is your biggest fear, just in life in general? Do you even have one?
My biggest fear is honestly not accomplishing things that I want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still young, so doing certain things for my family, doing certain things that I haven't done yet, you know what I'm saying? Reaching a certain financial status, you know what I'm saying? Reaching a certain like spiritual status, all types of stuff. I just feel like there's way more growth that I can get to, you know? So
yeah, for sure.
I just want to reach them type of goals.
Yeah, those are great goals. Yeah. All right. So now kind of transitioning into the story today and what you're going to share with us. I'm also asking my guests, if you could think back about everything you went through and you could kind of summarize your whole experience into one word or one title, what would you title your experience or your story?
Okay. I would say, one word. It would have to be a tricky word.
It's okay. Take a sec.
Yeah, I would just one word for everything.
Any feelings maybe you can identify with during that time that might capture everything that happened?
Yeah, I would just a whole lot of feelings, just from anger to confusion to logic isn't really a feeling, but you try to think logically and critically, you know what I'm saying, but then you get frustrated because you have all these other emotions going at you. So it's just, I guess it's a twister. It's definitely a twister.
A twister. Yeah, that is a great title.
I'm called a twister because I was going to say a tongue twister, so a twister is just one word. Because you hear the story, you're just like, wow.
Right.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
At least that's just how I feel about the situation, because it can go so many ways, and my situation itself, like being shot and stuff, like, that situation was just, it was surreal because the adrenaline pumping and my family being there as well, and them seeing the fear in their eyes, you know what I'm saying, seeing the tears in their eyes.
Yeah.
Just the panic and all that is just, it's not something, you know what I'm saying, you want to even bring around your family, you know what I'm saying, and it's not something that you want to even put your family through, let alone them seeing it, you know what I'm saying.
Terrifying.
So it's just
a twister.
Yeah, and given that it was that close to home, that's what makes it a twister.
Right.
Like it's supposed to be a good day, but it turned out to be a lesson. You know what I'm saying? But also on top of that, a blessing because I'm still here today.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Absolutely. That's great. Twister is a good one. All right. Well, we can't wait to hear how Twister describes your whole experience. So with that, let's get into the story.
Yeah. Me and him wasn't cool, and he wasn't welcome around me, And he took that and took it, how I thought he'd take it, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted the buck. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Long story short, he started to buck and didn't like how my bucking was, you know what I'm saying? So he started to do a little extra. Didn't realize he had a strap on him, and I got shot, And so we fighting for the gun. I'm not realizing I'm shot. I'm just hearing shots go off. You know, as we fighting for the gun, I just hear my family, you know, just going crazy and trying to figure out what's going on. And after the scene was done, I got up out of there, out the way, and then collapsed, just realizing that I was shot at this time. So I'm just trying to keep myself calm and collected, you know what I'm saying, and strip my clothes too, because I'm just hot, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to maintain my body heat as well as my mind, so that I don't panic or nothing like that. And yeah, and just get over through the day. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think it was supposed to go like that, but it did. Which, you know, things happen. It's life.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
And that's that.
Shit. That's unreal. I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never been in that situation. So if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Just gonna run through it. And basically, I just want to start with the basics. You know, how old were you at the time of your experience? Was this recent?
Yeah, this was recent. It was like a few months ago.
Okay. All right.
So I'm kind of still healing now, but
yeah. Absolutely. Where did it take place, if you don't mind me asking?
It took place at a family's house.
Wow, so all eyes on you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was different.
Now, thinking back to that moment and that time, you said you were like really hot. I'm assuming that's from bleeding, and you were probably incredibly confused.
Yeah, I seen when I had finally collapsed, I had seen holes in my clothes, and then I seen chunks of my meat, you know. So I'm just like, I know I'm hit, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like I'm trying to keep my eyes off it at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I know I'm hit, but at the same time, I don't know where I'm hit exactly or none of that. I'm just like, I'm shot. I'm not realizing that I'm dripping blood or none of that either. I'm just like, I'm shot. The most I've seen was the chunks of my blood. That's it. And holes in my clothes.
So, back to that moment again, what would you say was the most dominant thing running through your mind? Was it confusion? Were you like...
The most dominant thing on my mind was basically keeping cool.
Yeah.
Like, I understood that the mind is a powerful thing, so either I'm going to suffer through this or get through this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already suffering, so do I want to make matters worse, you know what I'm saying, or do I want to be cool? Because everybody else around me is panicking. And I was shocked myself that I'm actually telling people around me to stay calm, it's okay, go over here, go over there, do this, do that. Well, I'm the one here laying with bullets, you know what I'm saying? But I had to, in a sense, because I knew for a fact that they wasn't going to snap into it, you know? And I didn't want them to just sit up here and panic, and I panic. It wouldn't have made no sense if we all collapsed. I'm already on the floor. There's no sense for all of us to do the same. So I just made sure that they would snap into it. So I would give them the reassurance from the floor. You know what I'm saying? That it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that you're okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
There.
Yeah, it's good. Like, if you're going to cry, go in the other room. I don't want to see that.
So, basically, you were the one who got shot, nearly killed.
Yeah.
And you're trying to stay calm so everyone who didn't get shot was okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
you would think it would be complete opposite.
I low-key was thinking the same thing, but at the same time, I'm like, in my situation, in my circumstances, it just makes sense like that, at least for me, because they look at me in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So, like, not saying that, I don't want to say they look up to me, but they see me as, you know what I'm saying, this person who is strong, you know? So, if somebody, and like, if I'm sitting there and I'm showing, not to say it's not okay to be vulnerable, but if I'm sitting there just panicking, showing my weakness like it's all over, and given that they have never been in a situation like this, they're gonna lose their marbles. Like they're gonna have no hope for me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna just none of that. Like, and then if they have no hope for me, I'm gonna see it on their face to the point where it's like I'm gonna give up myself. And I didn't want that. You know, so it's like just keep everybody cool in that bay. Like, yes, it's a tragic situation, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very different way of thinking, but I honestly think that's probably what helped you survive.
Yeah. Probably so. I do think, I don't know.
Yeah. Can you tell us how many times you got shot and where?
Yeah, I got shot twice. My stomach, one of my stomach and one of my leg. One of my stomach went through, came out the other side. The leg shot went through and came out. So both through and through.
Wow. When you went to emergency, obviously afterwards, did they say that helped you? Did they say that was lucky? Did they say anything about it?
They didn't. The only thing that they said that where I was shot and where it went through at, it didn't hit anything, any bad nerves or major, arteries or anything like that. So that's what they said anything about. But I remember them flipping my body over, trying to figure out where was an exit wound, you know what I'm saying? If the bullet was still in my body, anything like that, so, because the one on my side, the exit wound on my side from my stomach was hard to find.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was like, there ain't not much, but other than that, yeah, they just said that I'm lucky that it didn't hit anything major, and I am lucky because, I ain't have no shitter bag or none of that, you know what I'm saying?
So this next question is a little bit deeper, and I want to ask you, has this experience or what you went through contributed to or changed the way you live your life today? In other words, do you wish the experience had never occurred, or do you think, in a way, it's changed you for the better?
I don't wish it never occurred, but I wouldn't say it changed me for no better. I wouldn't say it changed me. Still me, I would just say that everybody has a point in time where they get epiphanies and wake up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my time recovering was my epiphany to wake up, you know what I'm saying, and get focused on my reality and what I really want out of this thing called life. You know what I'm saying? And how I really want to live life, you know what I'm saying? What I really want to do with my life,
Yeah.
That's about it. But that's always been heavy on my mind. I just feel like it's more serious now. Not to say because I just lost my life, but to say because I almost just lost my life.
Sure.
Because it's like I was just thinking about all the things that I didn't get to do. Like literally, I had got my mama a car before I got shot. She just didn't have it because I had to go get it out the shop. Yeah. So that postponed that. It's just like little things like that. Like she wouldn't have been able to get her car that I had already paid for because I would have been gone. Yeah. Like stuff like that. Like I just want to make sure that I'm able to set the foundation properly before I'm gone. That's all. Sure.
All right. Well, my last question for this part of the story or the segment, if you could provide our audience or our viewers with any feedback or advice of any kind about life, about experiences, about people, what would that be?
I would say this. Pay attention to the genuine ones in your corner. Not anybody with a secret agenda. And you can figure out a secret agenda when you tell somebody no. And when you ain't got nothing to offer them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this, on top of that, whatever you want to do it. Don't let, you got work next week stop you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you don't think you can make that much stop you. Like, or, you're scared of heights stop you. Like, don't limit yourself. Do whatever you want to do because you only live once.
That's great advice.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
That's A1 advice, for sure. Well, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yep. Follow me on Instagram.
There you go.
Babyface PNW. Yeah.
Cool. Lit. All right. Well, thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Again, Miracle Theory is a show all about experiences that are unique to each his own. And these stories are deep and important to hear because some of you out there might identify with this story, and some of you might kind of look at circumstances and other people a little bit differently, hopefully for the better. So that was an amazing story, and I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I have more to come, so stay tuned. I've got some other guests lined up, and I really appreciate all the support, all the love, and if anybody wants to get interviewed and have a conversation with me about something that they went through, let me know. I am so totally open. This is a hate-free zone. This is a great place to share your story and to educate others and to learn from each other, because compassion is key at the end of the day. So again, my name is Trinity. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.